Hello and welcome to This Week in Star Citizen. What's still to come at the IAE 2953? What else is CIG and Star Citizen releasing this week? From the Star Citizen Post, This Week in Star Citizen, the galaxy's premier annual aerospace event, the Intergalactic Aerospace Expo, IAE, is in full swing on Microtech. Head out to the Tobin Expo Centre at New Babbage every day to take full opportunity of what's on display as new manufacturers take over every 24 hours to showcase their biggest and best vehicles. See something you like on the show floor, take it out for a spin and put it through its paces. And yes, you can bring your friends. The ongoing free fly event will continue through November 30th, so grab your gang and delve into the festivities. So we have already had Alien Day, where they sold all the alien ships, and the Sulen, that new Xi'an starter ship from Gatak. We had Aegis Day, with the Aegis capital ships, the Javelin and Idris, selling out almost instantly over their 3 limited waves that they were sold at. There was also this cool at least interesting interactive magazine that they've got going on with the IAE that each day you can have a look at, and sometimes they have these little shorts, and they had Garmin Humble, basically the following the life of a bounty hunter in the verse. They're a bit silly, they're a bit fun. We also then had Crusader and Tumbrel Day, so we got to see the new Spirit C1, the Storm, and the Storm Anti-Air. And the Storm Anti-Air is entirely new. It has 64 size 1 missiles and 16 size 2 missiles. It's got a lot of missiles, but it doesn't have any sort of conventional weapons other than its missile systems, whereas the Storm has its quite powerful sort of size 3, but it's bespoke dual laser repeater thing going on, which is very, very useful, very good at anti-light tank or light armor, and very, very, very good against infantry. And then the C1's got a tractor beam. It's really, really cool in 3.21.1, having ship scale tractor beams there. We then had Origin Day, which had 890 jumps selling out, at least their first wave selling out almost immediately, but there are still some available from the third wave at the time of recording. If you're trying to pick yourself up an extremely inexpensive ship, then you still can. That's also the last chance, I believe, to get the X1 series of hover bikes before they go up in price. So this is going to be true of lots of other ships and vehicles as well, but X1 series of hover bikes, they are going to be flyable. They're going to be drivable in Alpha 3.22. So this is the last time you will be able to get them before they go up in price as they become flyable. Later today, so the 21st, day 5 of the Intergalactic Aerospace Expo, it's Drake Day. And if you are after a limited hull ship, so ships that are sold in very limited amounts over 3 waves at 4 PM UTC and then midnight and 8 AM UTC, you'll be getting the Kraken and Privateer today. Check those out if you're interested, but we don't know when they're actually going to be flyable in game. They are very much concept light assault carriers. At least the Kraken is sort of like a floating space station and service station. The Privateer goes for more shops inside. It gets rid of it like its little dragonfly bay, and it goes, I want to have a shopping mall inside my ship, and I think it gets away with some of its standard cargo space as well. But loads of different types of ships can land on it and then get their services as if they were landing on a space station. Or you could run it as a center of a fleet. I suspect lots of pirate bases and lots of missions are going to be take out the Kraken that's got a load of pirates operating out of it. Then on the 22nd of November, day 6 of the AEE, we've got Argo, Consolidated Outland, Greycat and Kruger all taking the show floor. The SRV will be flyable here as well, which is that new Argo tractor beam ship. I say newly flyable is a better way of saying it, because obviously it's been concepted for a while, but you can use this to, even in 3.21.1, the current build, tow other ships. Also, I believe there's a limited hull sale on the Consolidated Outland Pioneer, which is a large base building ship. I believe it allows you to build the largest size of base buildings, which range from small, which you can make by hand, all the way up to extra large, which you can only make with the Pioneer. After the base building CitizenCon demo, I suspect a lot of people want to get their hands on a Consolidated Outland Pioneer, so sort of bear that in mind. Then we have day 7 of the IAE, that's the 23rd of November. Anvil, got some nice solid combat ships with Anvil, like the Hornets. Some people are curious whether they're going to allow you to test fly the F8 again here, or if you're going to be able to purchase it if you already had a golden ticket. We'll have to wait and see. Day 8 is Misk and Murai. So this is the 24th of November. Basically, Misk and Murai are effectively the same sort of brand. The Murai sort of section of it being the more high performance, sometimes hybrid alien branch of Misk. You're also going to be able to get the Misk Hull C as a limited hull ship if you want to grab yourself one of those giant haulers, but there's obviously the range of other haulers as well, from A to D. Obviously the Hull C is actually in game now and is by far the largest cargo ship we have in game. Day 9 of the IAE, the 25th of November, we have RSI, so Robert Space Industries, the manufacturer that sort of started it all, the Auroras, all that sort of jazz. We know that there's going to be a new deep space miner here. Might be just in concept. It might be straight to flyable. Some people are saying that it's going to be straight to flyable. I think much more likely to be a concept, even if it's going to be in game in 6 months or something. We'll sort of have to wait and see though. 26th, day 10. That's best in show. So it's sort of starting to end the IAE here. The ship showdown ships and their skins will be shown off here. And if you've got one of those showdown ships in your hangar on the 30th, then you'll get those skins for free. And then from the 27th to 30th, from day 11, it's the grand finale of the IAE. And all ships that were previously rentable and on display will be rentable from kiosks at the IAE. So go there, grab what you want, and mess around with it. You can expect some more of those character-focused videos from the IAE Interactive magazine. So basically each day, interactive magazine you can mess around with. Garmin Humble, the Bounty Hunter, that influencer one, which actually got quite good. It's, not as cool as Jack's videos. Hopefully they'll reappear again next year. We know that they had a load of the cinematics team and a load of people that would normally make the Jack's videos, or be better to make them, were working on Squadron 42 at the time, so they didn't have the same amount of resources available, but I still think they did quite a good job. There could be some surprises beyond the SRV being released on Argo Day and that new RSI Deep Miner on day 9. I am expecting, as I said, that to be a concept, but there could be other new ships or vehicles turning up as well. Also going on this week, on Wednesday, there's going to be an Argo SRV Q&A. I suppose that's going to coincide with the release of the ship. We already have FAQs and the ship pages for the Storm AA, and Sulen that appeared on their release days. Storm AA, 64 missiles, that's a lot of missiles. Thursday, Inside Star Citizen, Intergalactic Aerospace Expo Part 2 is going to be coming out. So basically a video on new vehicle arrivals that have turned up at this year's event. Maybe some ones that are still to come. I'm really hoping that they also cover updates on various ships. So I want to see a development update on things like the 600i, where we are with a huge range of other ships. Talk about them. That would be absolutely great. But obviously they're going to be talking about the SRV and the RSI miner here. Friday, there is a special Star Citizen Not So Live video. Basically a follow-up with the resource management presentation at CitizenCon. So this is sort of engineering gameplay. I'm hoping they're going to talk about when they're going to be running the experimental game mode of that on Arena Commander. It's an integral core system for Star Citizen, having all the circuitry of ships and the physicalized components. The Bar Citizen World Tour is still in full swing. They are going to be attending Milan, Italy on the 25th of November and Dublin, Ireland on the 2nd of December. If you're in the area, you should go and see them. For those of you who are interested, CIG are running a Guide to Professions contest. If you like the idea of making some useful content for new players, then I think that's a great idea. There's also a design a convention badge for the 2953 IAE contest going on. Those both end on the 30th of November, but I will link them below so you can get involved if you are interested. In Arena Commander, there are some experimental modes running from now until some point in December. I think the 17th of December is the last one we've got at the moment. So Team Tank Battle is currently running until the 26th of November. So basically, you've got an over tank in groups or whatever, pew pew pew. Gun Rush, one of my favourite modes, and the Master Modes test of Duel is running from the 26th of November to the 3rd of December. People should get involved with those Master Modes tests to see what the new flight model's like and give as much feedback as possible, because it will heavily affect your enjoyment of the game in the future, I suspect. Single weapon elimination with the Railgun, which is going to be a bit silly, and Mirror Match. That is running from the 3rd of December to December 10th. I believe last time Mirror Match was run, it was Fury versus Fury. I assume it's the same here, but it might be a different ship now. Then from the 10th of December to the 17th, we have Gun Rush and Tank Royale running. Alpha 3.22 should be going into testing if it's not already, at least with Evocati, and then it will roll out to more PTU waves probably early-ish December, so you can look forward to Alpha 3.22 being played in the very near future. The preview channel, they are planning to run the Pyro Playground, a few tests of that over the next few weeks, and they're going to be testing the replication layer over the next few weeks between now and the end of the year, basically. Probably multiple tests of that will be going on between now and whenever. If it's in a player non-NDA'd build that you can potentially have access to, I will talk about it, and I suspect CIG will post about it up on various mediums, so check out the newsletters and watch the announcements section of Spectrum. You can also expect Xenothreat and the Siege of Orison to be run on live servers between now and the end of the year as well. There's been massive updates to the Siege of Orison in the latest 3.21.1 patch, and I'm very much looking forward to getting involved with that along with new AI updates. This could actually make it genuinely extremely good fun. It's an alpha though. There's going to be bugs, there's going to be problems. It's not going to be the best it could be yet. However, it's going to be a load better than it was previously, hopefully. And Xenothreat, there's sort of lots of silly Xenothreat media and signage around the IAE where they've smashed some signs and they've put flyers around and they're saying don't trust alien manufacturers of ships because they're going to take control of your ship and they're going to explode you all. But this is obviously in the run-up to more Xenothreat missions and the dynamic event being run again. The game is in a better state, I believe now, than it was when they last ran Xenothreat, and there's been loads of updates, which could see Xenothreat really get quite a bit better. We'll sort of have to wait and see when those events run. You can also probably expect Jumptown to be run a few times as well. It's sort of tried and true staple one they constantly run. Hopefully, everything won't explode and it won't cause a load of problems to the servers when they run these events this time. But again, we'll have to wait and see. Boom! That's it for your updates this week, but I'm really interested to know what you think. Are you excited for Xenothreat, Siege of Orison, or Jumptown? What is your favourite dynamic event that Cloud Imperium run? What was your experience last time they ran it? Do you think the 3.21.1 build and the sort of current servers are good enough to be able to support those dynamic events? What have you picked up ship-wise during the IAE, or what have you tested? Are you excited by any other ships that might be coming out, or are you going to try and get yourself something like a Pioneer? Or do you consider yourself a more sensible sort and are going to be getting all these things in-game? Do you think CIG are going to smash past the previous funding records again this year, especially in the wake of CitizenCon and the announcement that Squadron 42 was feature complete? Or do you think people are actually sort of tired, they're fatigued from buying spaceships, they want Star Citizen to be more complete before buying more stuff? Whatever your thoughts, I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. What is best in life? To crush your enemies? To see them driven before you? And to hear the lamentations of their women? No, of course not. It's NordVPN. I never saw Conan the Barbarian checking his bank balance and then watching some cool shows on Netflix, all while protecting his privacy and being super secure. To be honest, I can't even remember Conan wearing a shirt. Silly Conan. And now, a big old snake god's got your internet history. Good job. Don't be a Conan the Barbarian. Check out NordVPN. Links below for powerful discounts too. Do you like using your eye holes for extra immersion in Star Citizen and help aim and do some cool stuff? Well, you can with Tobii Eye Tracker 5, which is on sale at the moment. This gives you native high-precision head and eye tracking in Star Citizen. Very cool for general immersion, for combat both in ship or on foot. They are absolutely fantastic pieces of kit, and both Zin and I have one. Use the links below to grab one or to find out more. Every month we've been giving away a ship for Star Citizen, but for November, to celebrate the Intergalactic Aerospace Expo 2953, we are giving away a load of different ships, each to a different person. The Avenger Titan, the Drake Cutter, the C8X Pisces, the Mustang Alpha, and the Nomad. All great starter ships, but also useful for any fleet. They all come with a game package and lifetime insurance. That's all you need to start playing Star Citizen. That's 5 prizes and 5 chances to win. Just comment on any of my videos made during November to be in for a chance of winning. I want to say a massive thank you to everyone that goes the extra mile in supporting the channel via Patreon or the join button under my videos and then becoming a channel member. Please consider joining those fabulous people as well. It allows us to make daily content for Star Citizen and Squadron 42, delving into all the news, drama, development info, and gameplay that these games have to offer. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the verse.